What if I told you that one silent deficiency is quietly weakening your bones, draining your energy, disturbing your sleep, affecting your mood, and even shortening your lifespan? No, it's not sugar. It's not stress. And it's not a lack of exercise. It's sunlight. In today's world of screens, offices, and indoor living, millions of people are living in what scientists now call chronic sunlight deprivation, and most don't even realize it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what happens inside your body when you don't get enough sunlight, and more importantly, how to fix it naturally. First, let's get one thing straight. Sunlight is not just light. It is biological information. When sunlight touches your skin and eyes, it triggers a powerful chain reaction across your entire body. It affects your hormones, your immune system, your brain chemistry, your metabolism, and even how your genes express themselves. Think about it. Humans evolved under the sun for hundreds of thousands of years. It's only in the last century that we suddenly started spending over 90% of our lives indoors. Your body hasn't adapted to that drastic change. The most well-known consequence of low sunlight is vitamin D deficiency. But calling vitamin D just a vitamin is a huge understatement. It actually functions more like a powerful hormone inside your body. When sunlight is low, your vitamin D levels plummet, leading to a cascade of problems: weak bones and more frequent fractures, chronic muscle pain and fatigue, a weakened immune system that struggles to fight off infections, and a higher risk of developing autoimmune diseases. Research now shows that vitamin D influences over 1,000 different genes in the human body. That means a lack of sunlight doesn't just affect one system. It disrupts multiple biological pathways all at once, creating a state of chronic dysfunction. Let's talk about your immune system. Have you ever noticed that people who get less sunlight tend to get sick more often? There's a clear scientific reason for that. Sunlight stimulates the production of your immune-regulating T cells, which are like the special forces of your immune system. It also helps your body produce natural antimicrobial peptides that directly fight off harmful bacteria and viruses. This is one of the key reasons why respiratory infections like the flu and common cold always peak during the low sunlight seasons of fall and winter. It's also why recovery from illness is often slower in people with low vitamin D, and why autoimmune conditions are far more common in regions with limited sunlight. In short, sunlight literally trains your immune system to respond properly, not too weak and not too aggressive. Now, this is where it gets really serious: your mental health. Sunlight directly affects the production of serotonin and dopamine, the brain chemicals responsible for happiness, motivation, and emotional stability. When your daily sunlight exposure drops, your mood declines. Anxiety levels can increase. The likelihood of depression goes up, and your focus and motivation can completely disappear. This is the exact mechanism behind seasonal affective disorder, a very real form of depression that hits people during the darker months. It's also why depression rates are significantly higher in people who rarely spend time outdoors. Your brain needs light to function optimally. It's not a luxury, it's a requirement. And what about your sleep? Sunlight is the master controller of your circadian rhythm, your internal 24-hour body clock. Bright morning sunlight hits your eyes and sends a signal to your brain: it's daytime. Be alert, be awake, produce energy. Then, as the sun sets and darkness falls, your body gets the cue to produce melatonin, the sleep hormone, which signals it's time to rest and repair. Without proper sunlight exposure, especially in the morning, this entire system gets thrown out of balance. Sleep becomes shallow or irregular. Insomnia becomes a nightly battle. Your hormonal balance is disrupted, and those dreaded afternoon energy crashes become your new normal. Ironically, people who avoid the sun to conserve energy often end up feeling more tired, not less. Here is a fact that most people don't know: sunlight plays a crucial role in your heart health. When sunlight hits your skin, it helps release a compound called nitric oxide into your bloodstream. This amazing molecule does several critical things. It relaxes your blood vessels, which naturally lowers your blood pressure. It improves circulation, getting oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body. And as a result, it significantly reduces your risk of heart disease. Multiple studies have found that people with low sunlight exposure have higher rates of hypertension and cardiovascular disease, even when factors like diet and exercise are controlled for. Sunlight isn't just good for your bones. It's essential for protecting your heart, Let's move on to your metabolism. If you're struggling with unexplained weight gain, a sluggish metabolism, or constant cravings and energy crashes, a lack of sunlight might be a hidden culprit. Sunlight deprivation disrupts your insulin sensitivity, making it harder for your body to manage blood sugar. It messes with your appetite hormones, like leptin and ghrelin, leading to increased hunger. And it can slow down your fat metabolism, making it more difficult to burn stored energy. Sunlight helps regulate how your body uses and stores energy at a fundamental level. This is one of the reasons why outdoor activity often feels so much more energizing and effective than a workout in a stuffy indoor gym. But wait, you've been told for years that sunlight is dangerous, right? That you should avoid it at all costs to prevent skin cancer. And yes, it's true. Excessive, unprotected exposure that leads to sunburn is harmful. But here is the full truth. Complete avoidance of the sun is far more dangerous. Landmark research shows that moderate, sensible sunlight exposure is actually associated with lower overall mortality. In other words, people who get some sun live longer. Avoiding sunlight entirely increases your risk of developing multiple chronic diseases that we've already talked about, from heart disease to depression. The problem isn't the sun itself. The problem is our imbalanced, all-or-nothing relationship with it. So, how much sunlight do you actually need? While the exact amount varies based on your skin tone, location, and the time of year, a good general guideline is about 10 to 30 minutes of direct sunlight on your arms and legs, without sunscreen, 3 to 5 times per week. The best times are usually in the morning or late afternoon when the sun's rays are less intense. People with darker skin tones may require slightly more exposure because higher levels of melanin provide natural sun protection, but also slow down vitamin D production. And just to be clear, sunlight through a window does not count. The glass filters out the most beneficial UVB rays. Getting more sun doesn't have to be complicated. Here are some simple, practical ways to do it safely. Try to step outside for a few minutes shortly after you wake up. This helps set your body clock for the entire day. Take short, 10-minute outdoor breaks during your workday instead of scrolling on your phone. If you have a short errand to run, walk instead of driving. Spend a little time outdoors without sunglasses, especially early in the morning, to let that light enter your eyes and signal your brain. For the ultimate benefit, combine sunlight with movement, like a walk or some stretching. These small, consistent habits can dramatically improve your health over time. So, the big takeaway is this: sunlight is not optional. It is not a luxury. It is biological fuel. When you don't get enough, your body doesn't just shut down immediately, but it slowly loses its efficiency, its balance, and its resilience. The good news? Sunlight is free, it's natural, and its power to heal is immense. If this video opened your eyes, tap the like button. It tells YouTube to share this important message with more people who need to hear it. And comment below. I'd love to know, how often do you get sunlight in a typical day? If you want more science-backed wellness content just like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Everyday Wellness Focus and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. You can also check out some of our other videos on the screen now. Your body remembers the sun. And now, you do too. Thanks for watching. You can also watch our other videos as displayed on the screen.